But my friends have turned me out, and I can't go on this way alone with love pains that my doctor cannot heal. I'm almost dying 'cause of love pains, but no one cares how sick I feel. I tried the cure of time, but it did no good. As far as I can see, I went around the world to lose the hurt, but it came right back with me. Those lonely love pains that a rest won't fix, I'm sure. I'm always crying 'cause of love pains, and only new love will be my cure. Love pains, doctor, can I hear? Love pains, so here's how sick I feel for. So I'll find new love in time, that will be the remedy. I'll go down in every book as the cure for misery. From lonely love pains that a rest won't fix, I'm sure. Those lonely love pains, and only new love will be the cure. I'm not denying it, new love will be the cure. You hear me crying it, new love will be the cure. Head home to Bailey, 'cause a new love will be the cure. I'll say it.
All right, everybody. So, welcome to the Retro Ramble. We're doing the podcast again today. And yes, I'm still sick. By the way, sorry if I bombarded you too much with Trump updates. You probably already knew. Yeah, well, that's all right, but thank you for staying active on my Twitter. And we saw some very, very interesting stuff. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up, I think it's ABC or one of the I can't even speak. One of the popular news sources. Maybe we could watch it together. So NBC News. I mean, they're all biased for Hillary, but I mean, we'll try to find one that's not as bad. All right, I'm gonna leave this song open. Okay, that's all good. Podcast. Yep. So man, I don't know. Some people I know I haven't actually seen the podcast, but basically for those that don't know, this is basically where I go and just talk with you guys for like around an hour usually. Today we're talking about the man, the myth, the legend, Donald Trump, and we're gonna, I guess, listen to some live coverage. I could probably give you guys my thoughts on some stuff. Live cover. All right, so there's a advertisement. It looks like on NBC. All right, here we go. We got it back. I'm gonna play it for you guys so you guys can listen to it.
And there you see right now where things stand on the race to 270, Donald Trump 137. Hallie Jackson in the newsroom with what else we're learning about the mood of the electorate. Some more exit polling. Hallie?
Hey there, Lester. Gotcha. We are here in the middle of our election center talking with our political unit.
All right, so I believe the national vote, it just showed it for a minute. I'll pull it up. I'll get a little bit closer to it. It just showed it. Here it is. I think, okay, so national vote currently, I have it pulled up here, is currently, if we take a look here at the national vote, it is currently 30 to 32%. Trump is actually winning. Now, of course, you do have a lot of other primarily democratic countries which are not being factored. So that's bound to happen, of course. I mean, there's always going to be those states that always swing right or states that always swing left. But it's still nice to know he's not being left in the dust. When I first started really following it today, Florida is taking forever to lock in. Well, Florida is pretty much, it's dead heat in Florida. Whether she wins a tiny bit or he wins a little bit, again, I prefer if he wins slightly. But, you know, Florida in itself it's pretty close. Why is it, I don't know why it's duplicating the messages you guys are putting in. I have no idea why it's doing that. The restream thing, it's duplicating the messages you guys are putting. For some reason, I really don't know why it's doing that. But we'll live, I guess. Chat, let me see if I can fix this. Just because I'm very articulate when it comes to that. I have the app. I mean, maybe it's a little bug. I don't really know. I'm sorry, you guys are going to have to see it twice, I guess. I don't like Hillary at all. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that, Nico. But, you know, there are those states which are always in dead heat and stuff like that. By the way, my microphone quality is good, right? I just wanted to double check. But there are those states which are always in that that sort of dead heat. By the way, I will be taking calls on Skype, so if anyone wants to call in, let me know. Duplicated them yesterday, too. Yeah, that's odd. I really don't know why it does that. Let me see if I can fix that. I'm not going to play the siren again because, yeah, that deafened a few people yesterday. Let's see. So you have this? No. That's just the image. We can do that. Then if we put the chat up on here, it's weird. It just decides to duplicate for some reason. Can't say I'm sure why, but it does. But anyways, yeah, I'm very sick if you can't tell. But look, I honestly at this point don't really care too much about the dedicated states, whatever. I think at this point it's really all about those swing states, because that's really where it's gonna at least fall down to, I think, the most. It's showing here, I believe now it is 46 to 50. Isn't that what I just read? Trump's currently winning. Yeah, 46 to 50% it's showing. At least, even if he doesn't win, as much as I would love to see him win, at least it's nice to know that he at least got pretty close. I'm not gonna be here too long because I'm super tired around this time. Oh, that's fine, bro. That's fine. Don't worry about it. He has 137 electoral votes currently at the moment. And I'm looking at least, I'll play it for you guys. I'll play you guys the audio. Instead of muting it.
News is projecting Hillary Clinton, the winner in her home state of New York, good for 29 electoral votes. A key state, New Hampshire, is too close to call at this hour, and that's where we find Tammy Leitner in Hollis. Tammy, is very loud where you are. Set the stage for us this evening.
Hey, Chanel, we are in Trump country, at least here. Now, let me tell you where I am. I am in a winery in Hollis, New Hampshire, and most of the people in this room are Trump fans. Take a look.
New Hampshire is a very popular right-wing state, I believe.
And there's 150 people or so. Lots of food. The wine is flowing.
Okay, that's boring. That's boring. This is just an event that some people at NBC are at. But when it really comes down to it, if he's able to pull off those swing states, which it appears that he really needs, I think we'll be much better off, honestly. Because if he's able to pull those off, the states which are strictly dedicated towards one or the other, those are going to go in their certain way anyway. But if he's able to pull off those few swing states, I think we'll be much better off. Much better off. If Hillary wins, it'll be good for history. That'll be the first female president, but it'll also go down in history as the first female president to start a world war. If anybody would like to call in on Skype, I will put it on screen right now. I'm going to put up the Skype right there. You guys know what to do. Rules and info, if you want to call in on Skype, my Skype is the Retro Ramble. Do not curse or you will be hung up on. And any attempted sabotage will be resulted in permanent ban. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. But that is, that's basically, at least for me, the synopsis of the election. If he's able to pull out these important, these big states, if he's able to do that, then I think I think he'll might be able to clutch the election. I mean, it's possible. I'm trying to fix the message background opacity. Let me see, what would be the point of that? I'm messing with the settings here. If anyone would like to call in, you guys know what to do. Sadly, we can't deny it. Democrats will win Cali. That's pretty obvious, which is not good. Cali's a Democratic state, and it costs 55 electoral votes. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much going to happen, unfortunately. Chat background opacity. If I do that, I think it would look a little better. Then scale. I got to fix this. Let's see here. So... Alright, here we go. This looks about good. For those that are watching here on Twitch, let me see how this ended up working out. Let's take a look here. So if we go back to the image, I don't think we're gonna get any callers. I just don't, unfortunately. Oh, here we go. Put the chat back up. Whoa, hold on. This is much too small. Still is duplicating everything, but hey, you know, it's better than before, I think. So we'll set this around here. That looks good. That looks good. If anybody would like to call in on Skype, you guys know what to do. But yeah, I think the poll numbers are pretty much staying the same, to be honest. Like, there's really not much else happening, but I'm gonna stream and wait and see what developments come out of everything. But it is nice to see that he didn't get absolutely crushed like I initially thought. Definitely nice to see. Again, I'm having difficulty speaking. I apologize. I'll move my microphone a little bit closer so I might be able to pick up my voice a little bit better. But I initially thought that, especially after the first like 45 minutes or so, when everything started getting tallied and they started showcasing everything on the news and stuff, after all that happened, I definitely was almost certain that she was going to win. Almost certain. I thought it was a landslide, crushing victory for Hillary. But then I took a little time, I waited a little bit, and I noticed that that Trump actually was sort of working his way back up and making a comeback at least. At least it looks like, to me, he's sort of making a comeback. I mean, I can't guarantee, but it looks like he's going to have some sort of momentum, at least a little bit better than he was having before. But why did you explode on Twitter when Hillary was winning for like 30 seconds? Oh, yeah, because pretty much, again, I was very disheartened, very upset, because I was almost certain after what I had seen that she was going to completely crush his campaign in this election. But I was pleasantly surprised. So, yeah, I mean, honestly, it seems pretty even. I believe they might give us a little bit of an update here. Let's see what it is now. I'll play it for you guys. National vote 46-50 still. Trump is still winning.
A long night. Let's go through some of those states right now and show you where things stand. First of all, as we look at the popular vote right now, Trump at 50%. Florida right now continues to be too close to call. 141,000 vote difference there.
He's winning Florida.
Michigan, it's emerged as a very important state down the stretch.
He's winning them too.
Vote difference. That is too close to call. Ohio, too close to call. You see the difference there. That could go
winning that too
tonight or early morning. North Carolina, too close
winning
to
that
call.
too.
56,000 vote
Damn.
difference. Let's look at Georgia. This Hillary Clinton drawing close there down the stretch. That is too close to
winning
call.
that
You
too.
see the difference on the screen there. New Hampshire. New Hampshire right now is too close to call as
winning
well.
that too.
1,700 vote difference with 22% of the votes in. And Pennsylvania.
And he's losing Pennsylvania, which is all right.
Her campaign with that big rally with the Obamas last night. 156,000 vote difference, 16%.
But Jesus Christ, I mean, he was winning all of those. And again, by winning, I know it's not certain. And there's a chance that he won't win all of them. Of course, there's that chance. But you have to take into account that the fact that he's not being crushed, the fact that he's not instantly losing by a landslide, is a plus for me. Because again, I believe he's going to pull out Florida. I really do. I really think he will win Florida. And of course, he does have a few of those swing states, which I believe are swaying in his favor, including, I know Ohio is for Hillary, I believe. But they have those key swing states, which really they need to manipulate to really use in their favor. But it's just nice to see that he's not, losing in a landslide. And so far, in the whole race to 270, the whole thing, Trump is at 137, she's at 104. So he's going to win the Electoral College and the popular vote, at least at this rate. Again, this rate probably won't maintain, but in Florida now, I have it right here on screen. It has Trump at 49% with 4,523,000, and has Hillary at 48% with 4,386,000, and there's Gary Johnson chilling at 200,000. So yeah, I mean, it's looking good. It's looking good. And honestly, the District of Columbia, he's Jesus Christ. DC, he's at like 4%. Trump's at 4%. She's at like 96. But again, as I said, Florida's very close. If anybody would like to call it on Skype, you guys know what to do. Georgia, he's destroying it. He is currently at 60% in Georgia. That's pretty good. She's probably going to win Illinois, which is all right. Over 94% of all Florida's votes have been tallied. We'll have her answer very soon. Yeah, that's true. But again, it would still, at least to me, it would still be good to see that, again, it's close. We'll have her answer, yeah, and even if she does win Florida by a little bit, it's definitely something you need to take into account. But yeah, if you guys want to call in, my Skype is on the screen, right there, the Retro Ramble. Just send me a contact request, and I'll put you on air.
But this definitely will, if she wins, she will not win it running away. And if he wins, he will prove just about everybody who does what I do wrong.
And we should say that, I mean, the surprise factor is we knew that we weren't going to have a call this early in the night. It was going to be close.
Yeah, I mean, the Clinton camp thought they did. I mean, I have to say the Clinton campaign for the last at least 70.
Whoa, it started buffering. I'm not sure why it did that. See if we could catch it up. Here we go.
What underestimated was the rural vote coming in as high as it did. And you know what? I think we have to start to say maybe whether it was I don't want to say it was a hidden Trump vote. I just think we didn't have our weights correct. And we didn't realize that he was going to bust through the caps.
You most certainly didn't realize that. The silent majority. Silent majority. What's going on, Purge? What's on your mind?
Yo, Raj, what's up?
What's up?
So, I know that you're doing the retro ramble
Yep.
and stuff about that, and I'd like to ask your opinion on Hillary Clinton getting people on media platforms like Instagram and YouTube to endorse her, and also about YouTube not sending Philly D to the YouTube Rewind because he didn't endorse Hillary.
Not sending who? Which person?
Philly D.
Really? They're not?
Yeah.
Wow, that's unbelievable. I know he's sort of alt-right. I believe he's closer to myself. Wait a minute. Is my microphone a little too loud? Looks a little loud. I'm not sure. You guys let me know. Do you find my microphone obnoxiously loud or no?
Yeah, it's perfect.
It is perfect? Okay, good. It's on my OBS. The volume is showing a little higher. We need Trump to win Florida. We need him to win so we can stand any chance against Cali. I agree with that. But in terms of the celebrity thing, yeah, she's owned by the media and celebrities. You have a tough guy, Robert De Niro, who came out and, you know, he'd like to slap Trump or whatever. So you have all these celebrities endorsing Hillary, and even the Hollywood section of YouTube even going for Hillary. You have people like FouseyTube and all that stuff, Casey Neistat, all these losers that are bought and paid for.
Have huge fan bases.
Yeah, they're huge channels, yeah. And the reason why I call them losers is not because they support Hillary, obviously. The reason why I call them losers is because I just know they're bought and paid for.
Yeah.
It's not genuine. There's no way.
What do you think will be the outcome of either one of these presidential candidates?
As if, like, the outcome of when they win and what they'll do, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, I think with
Like,
Trump
what do you
will be
think?
safer. I think we'll be safer.
I definitely think
Better
that,
borders,
too.
better protection against terrorism, things like that. Hillary, I think it'll be dangerous, honestly. Really do. Just flawless.
I've
I think
wanted
so.
to know, like, from you mainly, Retro, like, there's many reasons that Trump should become president, but I'd like you to tell me one of the main things that you like about it.
The biggest reason as to why I think he should be elected, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, number one, he's not Hillary, and that's what a lot of people say. That's a big thing. But no. I actually like him. I think he's a nice guy overall. I think so. And he's just trying to, I think, bring America back to what it was. He's not a politician. His whole slogan is #DrainTheSwamp. You know, get rid of politicians who simply can't function right and are bought and paid for. Like Hillary. She's the polar opposite of him, obviously. No, I just think it'll be safer, bro. You know, I think it'll be a lot better in terms of protection against terrorism, borders, you know, even the economy, things like that. She wants to put a 65% state tax or something like that. I mean, it's just absurd.
Yes, that's
so
really,
things like that is really where my big concern is. But even besides that, it's simple safety, which I don't think any of the other GOP candidates out of all 16, I don't think any of them will keep us safer than Donald Trump. So that's why I'm glad he won the primary, and I'm glad he's at least winning or holding a chance in the general at the moment.
Well, I really hope that something happens where he becomes president.
I hope so too,
because
man. I hope so
without
too.
that, I really don't think America can be respected.
It can't be restored to, because we haven't had a good president in the last. Wait, did GW have did he have 2 terms? George W. Bush.
No, he didn't.
No, he was
They went over
2004,
to-
right? And
They
then
went over to Obama.
was it? No. I know that, but he was from 04 to 07. Was he from 2000 to 2004 though, or not? Or was that Clinton? No, it wasn't. I think Bush had 2 terms. I think, but that we haven't had a good president in what 16 years. Like the last good president probably or the last decent one was probably Bill Clinton, and he was when he was president. I think he was much better than he is now, and of course, being bought out by his wife. Obviously, was running and is far more liberal than him. It was far more. I mean, he was corrupt too, but I mean.
And I really
He was much
think-
closer towards the center than she is.
and I really think we need somebody for president who's real, because you can kind of notice how Hillary has a fake personality
Of
and
course.
just
And if you take a look at this is something that people actually noticed and people caught. If you take a look at her speeches, they literally put emotions for when she was supposed to act sad or act happy. So they literally put on her speech, Trump is a sexist. Shrug and make a sad face. Like, what? Like, are you that unnatural to where you can't talk on your own?
yeah, I've noticed that too a lot through watching all or most of the debates, and I just realized why we should have this person as president. It's really shaming that people are just going to bandwagon against Trump and without even any thinking of any reasons or trying to come up with any reasons.
Yeah. Bush was
Just
in office when 9/11 happened. Therefore, 2000. Yeah, I remember that's how the whole conspiracy stuff came out. Apparently, let me listen to this on NBC, guys. Listen to this.
Michigan. So watch, you just flip Michigan here. Now let's give her New Hampshire for now. She does. There is some work there, and then you look.
But he's over the top.
He would be over the top with a Michigan at this point. She needs one of these states. Let's put back North Carolina. That would do it. But as you can see here, now Michigan. Look, take Michigan away, and it's a different situation. But this is what we're staring at. It doesn't take long, by the way, and we know there's some interesting things on Twitter. It doesn't take long to get you to 269. I could do it right here by simply moving Colorado, and then you would have here. I don't know why we have 3 extras. I think Nebraska's gotten messed up on our map here, so we will just neutralize them. But that should be red. It's already counted in the total here. So, point is, this is precarious. This map is suddenly 50-50.
And both sides are doing exactly what you just did.
This is no longer, if he sweeps those two and Ohio, and we're looking at Michigan as too close to call, and then suddenly we could be sitting on Michigan, could be sitting on Colorado. I mean.
All right, so guys, I want you to listen to this, right? For the popular vote, Donald Trump's at 49 with 24 million, and she's at 47 with 23 million. And in terms of the electoral vote, I'm gonna rewind this a little bit. This is on their live stream or whatever. But in terms of the electoral vote, he's at 137 and she's at 104. It appears. Now, of course, that's factoring, I believe, mainly Republican states. So you do have to take into account, like it takes New Mexico and all these other very heavy leftist states. Once you take those into account, it will tighten up, of course. But if he wins the electoral college and the popular vote, forget about it. What do you think about that, Purge? Hello? You still on the Skype call, bud?
What's up, Retro?
Oh, your mic seems to have broke.
Oh, I muted it.
Oh, it sounds a little different now.
Okay, well,
Anyways, yeah. So what do you think about that? It appears that he's winning the electoral college. I think, at least in terms of the majority, it seems like he's winning that. I think the numbers were just at like 137 to 104 or something like that in terms of the electoral college. My voice is cracking here. In terms of the electoral college, he was at like 137 and she was at like 104. Like, it was close. So that's where we're at now currently with that. Then in the popular vote, it's like 49 to 47%, which I'm not sure how many Republican and how many Democratic states they factored in. So, again, it could easily shift in her favor, which is definitely unsettling, but it's still showing that he's getting there. It's still maintaining a pretty close, stance. What do you think about that? Hello? Oh, the call ended. He got disconnected. It's alright. It's all good. It's all good. But if anybody else would like to call in, let me know. Let me know, guys. If any of you would like to call in, if not, no worries. I think I'm gonna resume a little bit going into the NBC stream. It's just some like advertisements or whatever. But yeah. To be honest, I'm just excited to see that he's not being crushed in a landslide. And I've said this multiple times. The fact that he's actually holding his own, and even in some of these swing states, he's doing sort of well. It is definitely nice to see in comparison to what it was before. All right, Purge, you're back on.
Yo, what's up, Retro? My apologies.
No problem.
I had to go do something, but I really think that I'd like you to talk about like how we're kind of seeing like an election that we haven't really before in the past.
Never before
It's
seen.
really close
Never
right
before
now.
seen. This is unbelievable because you have usually it's a pretty mediocre Republican. Usually it's a mediocre, but at least in my eyes, usually a slightly worse Democrat. Usually, um, but I haven't
Yeah.
seen this big innovative candidate honestly since like Reagan around there. Like that whole thing. Um, George Bush really wasn't that good. Before that, and
No,
of course
I
Nixon was a
really think
criminal, pretty much, right?
right.
Nothing nearly on the criminal level of Hillary, but he was up there for sure. Um, but it's never before seen. He has that whole phrase saying, drain the swamp. He has the whole thing. It's an incredible thing. It really is.
And my thing is that I really think that Hillary's a terrible president and
And a
a
person.
terrible choice to pick. But Bill Clinton wasn't actually that bad of a president, and
Yeah,
she took
I
the
can agree
same
with
route.
that. As a person, he's definitely not a role model, but as a president, I don't believe he was that bad. He was more towards the center, I believe.
Yes,
I
and
mean, I'm not a scholar on that type of stuff. Again, I wasn't alive during it, but I believe he was more towards the middle.
I just believe that he was a good president, and I feel like without him, Hillary Clinton wouldn't have half of the votes she has. And my thing is that you usually if people are in a relationship for a long time, they tend to agree with the same type of stuff.
Of course,
Um,
and how could he disagree with her? She's the one running. She is much more further on the left than he is. What is he gonna do? What can he do?
and like the thing is that whenever relationships and the husband and wife, they usually agree with each other on stuff like that, like politics and
Yeah,
stuff. And so people are voting for her thinking they'll get the
they're
same
so
outcome
powerful. I mean, Bill.
as
I
Bill
don't even
Clinton.
think he knows his own name at this point. Like he was probably so easily manipulated. It's funny though. He went up and talked about how great one of her policies was. I forget what it was, but it basically contradicted what he did in office. I find it very, very funny.
And yeah, I really enjoyed a video a few months ago. It wasn't it? I like the video when I've liked your channel thing ever since you started doing politics and stuff on there.
Wait, wait,
And
wait, wait, what'd you say? Repeat. Sorry, I didn't hear.
I really enjoyed your videos ever since you started like kind of getting into the politics side and
Oh, thanks.
mentioning politics and stuff like that. And didn't it start with that video about two people at the same party fighting,
Um.
then realizing that they're
Oh
what
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah. That one video I made, yeah, of the
yeah,
protesters,
that was like a
yeah.
year ago. That was one of the best videos you've ever made in my opinion.
Yeah, I was actually pretty proud of that one.
And
Actually, I think I'm gonna play it for the stream. You guys want to hear it? You guys want to hear it on the stream? It was pretty good. I gotta say, pretty good. Virginia, it looks like Trump is winning. That's good. That's good. That's
oh,
good to
that's
see.
really good. I've just been looking at it. I'm gonna have to get out my laptop now that I'm like in Skype call.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was trying to find that video. That was a class video right there.
it was like a classic. You should. Don't you have a little thing where you put in your description your most proud videos, and you have videos where you just keep on sharing and stuff.
Yeah, I believe I did. I haven't
And I
updated
think
that
that
list in a while, but
I really think that as soon as Trump or
it was Trump
Hillary,
protesters. It was about the protesters.
yeah, but I think that as soon as Trump, hopefully, or Hillary, sadly, becomes president, I think he can really make something out of it, like make a second channel or a third channel, third channel or whatever,
Me, I mean.
just just for politics.
I
Kind of
would, but I've a lot of people told me not really to do politics because it's kind of a slippery slope. But I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to cover it lightly on these podcasts, and I don't want to get too opinionated because then kind of hate kind of breeds.
yeah.
It kind of makes sense. I'm trying to find that video. It was a pretty good video, I gotta say.
Hey, have you made a tweet saying like who do you think's gonna win, then Trump and then Hillary?
Yeah. Oh,
You've
have
made that.
I? Have I done it? You mean?
Yeah, have you made a poll
Oh,
like that?
not yet. No, but
I
I
think
probably
you
will.
should, so you can see like the diversity of your fan base, and I think that most of them will vote Trump because you
Yeah,
have Bill the Wall.
yeah.
You have
In
Bill
my
the
bio, I have that. So
You've had that for so long, and what I really think is crazy is how Keemstar's been supporting Donald Trump
Yeah, he actually has courage,
since
unlike
2014. It's
beta
crazy.
males like Casey Neistat.
It's crazy that Donald Trump even knows about Keemstar.
I believe he retweeted one of his tweets once, I believe. Oh, I would play this video. I believe it has cursing in it, I believe. Does it? I think it does.
What video?
The Trump one I made that long time ago.
Do you not do that?
The protester one, yeah, I believe it has cursing in it. That sucks.
Are you like a advertiser friendly person?
Oh, here we go. No, I just try to get it on iTunes so I can have cursing. This imbecile, Michael Moore.
Former Bernie Sanders
Listen to
supporter,
him.
now Hillary Clinton supporter. Lester, we'll toss it back to you over on the other side of our election center.
All right, Hallie, thanks. Up next, we're going to get a live report.
Oh, they got
on
rid
the
of him.
ground
He was
in
just
what
talking.
is perhaps the most surprising battleground state of the entire election. Plus, we're awaiting poll closings in 4 more states, including Nevada. Stay with us.
Hillary won, I believe, Maine and Maryland, I think. So 10 p.m. poll closing. So I believe that's the 10 p.m. poll closing. I believe that is in the Pacific Standard Time, where normally it closes at 7, I believe. All right, it just put up on screen. If Evan McMullen wins in Utah, it will be the first time since 1968 that a third-party candidate has won an electoral vote. Oh my God. Although what about Gary Johnson? Oh, because I don't think he's like official or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, Egg McMuffin, I prefer to call him. He's a joke. He's there to try to sabotage it from Trump, which I find unbelievable. He's just trying to hand it to Hillary, which again, considering he's supposed to be a conservative or whatever, that bothers me more than like just a regular Democrat. That bothers me more seeing this guy go into the independent party claiming to be like the real conservative or whatever. I mean, if you're really conservative, vote Trump. I mean, come on, how hard is it? That's the way I look at it. You got anything else, Purge?
Yes, I have one more question before I go.
Sure.
I have to go in a few minutes. I have to go finish working on my video. I just decided to hop into the podcast, but I have one more question. What is your opinion on these people, like the libertarians and the that girl who has like 0.something votes?
Jill Stein?
Yeah.
The third party people, honestly, I respect their courage. And it would be cool to see Gary get a lot of votes, although he probably is going to take him from Trump, honestly. But it'd be cool to see Gary get some votes. I mean, I think he's kind of an imbecile. Personally, he's not really a true libertarian. I don't think he's more of just a liberal. But it's cool to see that these other parties are gaining a little traction, because the two-party system inherently is awful, to be honest. Clinton's winning New Jersey.
I really dislike how people are voting Hillary so that Trump doesn't become president. Whenever, if you dislike both of them and you decide to vote for Hillary because you don't like Trump whatsoever, you could just vote against the system and vote for a libertarian or the green girl or whatever.
Well, it depends on whether or not you want to throw away your vote to try to make a point. You know, I mean, again, you are throwing away your vote on a third party. I mean, logically and realistically, you are throwing away a vote, considering it'll have no effect. That neither of them have any
you
chance.
would be throwing away your vote. You could not vote. I mean, you should vote for at least for one person.
Yeah, if you're gonna vote, well, at least vote for someone. At least if you don't like Trump or Hillary and you genuinely are neutral, you don't like either of them, and you don't see that preferring one will benefit the country in any way, then go and plug in third party. Go for it.
And you can add to the numbers of people who are against the system.
Yeah,
And
I think
you
the
shouldn't have
Green
to vote
Party
for
is
someone you
nuts, to
don't
be
like.
honest. Like, I think the Green Party is completely nuts, so I don't really care about that one. But the Libertarian Party's got some decent points. I don't identify as a Libertarian, but I mean, they got some alright points on a few things. They're much more liberal socially than I am, and they're much too conservative, governmentally than I am.
And Retro, another thing that makes me mad, I'd like to inform you about this. You
Sure.
probably don't know about it. But the POTUS account that Obama runs, it's just an account. They made that account like 2 years ago so that he can tweet out things.
Wait, who runs it?
Obama. It's POTUS. It just President of the United States.
Yeah, POTUS,
Whoever
yeah.
is the president at the time. And he was tweeting out saying, "Can't wait to have you on the Twitter account, Hillary. Like, can't wait to trade Twitter accounts with you, Hillary." And stuff. And
That's
was
unbelievable.
the dumbest. I can't wait.
Funny.
If Trump wins, it'd be so funny.
Oh, it would be the biggest upset to all these to all the Hillary fans, it would be the biggest upset in history. It really
Yeah,
would.
Hillary
One of the
probably
biggest
already got
upsets.
the password. Probably is gonna make the first tweet and say, "Hey guys, I'm your new president," and like, turns out Trump wins or something.
Yeah, and then tag Obama's official Twitter, and go, "Sorry, Obama, it's not Hillary, it's me. Hello, it's me." Yeah, we gotta play that. Left from the other side. If Trump wins, it's we're playing. No, I'm kidding. I'm not like that. We're gonna
Yeah.
play some good crap like some Dio or something.
If Hillary wins, I'm gonna
But
play
anyways, thank you for your call, bud. Appreciate it.
that. All right. See ya.
But yeah, Hillary has everything working with her. She has the media. She has pretty much everything working with her. She has the media. She has celebrities. The whole Hollywood area. She has people who shouldn't be voting. Felons, illegals, whatever. People that shouldn't be voting but are obviously using the whole fraud machine to go and vote. She has all of it. She has all of that on her side. So, seeing the fact that Trump may actually overpower all of that is honestly unbelievable. It is unbelievable, and I'm truly, truly impressed, and honestly, I have the utmost respect for him actually making that sacrifice. Because his life is pretty much ruined forever if he does lose. Even if he wins, his life is ruined forever. He's 70 years old. I know he's not a young guy, but he's still got a few more. He's still got a few more years. Just being honest, he really did ruin his life. His company took a massive hit. I know. He spent tons of money on his campaign, and he's pretty much only self-funded. Oh, he's winning North Carolina. That's good. See that pop up on screen. He's pretty much self-funded. So he took such a huge risk, and he put it all on the line for us. So I gotta say, I really do appreciate that. Really do appreciate it. I'm going to put it back on now so you guys can listen.
It goes without saying how important Florida is. Also close tonight, Ohio and Michigan. And that's where we find Kevin Tibbles in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
He's winning all of them.
Set the stage for us, Kevin.
Well, Chanel, I'm in a local pizza joint here, which is a great place for people to go.
This guy's voice.
This happens to be a party that's being held by the Republicans. And all of a sudden, Michigan, which is a state that people assumed was going to go one way, all of a sudden Michigan seems to be in play this evening.
Michigan, that's pretty interesting. So it appears that that Trump is doing well in Michigan. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I thought, especially considering Detroit is very heavily Democratic, I would have thought that he would have actually ended up losing Michigan. But if he actually manages to win it, good for him. Congrats. That's definitely a big achievement. For sure. For sure. But I'm probably, right now, going to go get a bottle of water. I will put on music for you guys. Don't worry. I'll be back momentarily. Let's find a good song here. Let's find a good song. Find something good. Go back onto... we're going to go back into... Let's see here. Find something good. In fact, I think I'd actually put on the ABC, the stream instead, right? It'd probably be a better idea, right? So yeah, guys, I will be right back.
Well, again, because we're talking about a state filled with auto workers, we are talking about a state that's filled with union workers, and it's also a rural state. I actually think that the message here that is really filtered down is the message of jobs. I think people here believe that the people at this rally, which of course is a Trump rally, believe that Mr. Trump is going to somehow create more jobs, and they have also thought of the talk that he made about free trade and being anti-free trade. Those sorts of things seem to have resonated, at least in this part of Michigan. All of a sudden, Michigan seems to be in play. Back to you.
What a night. NBC's Kevin Tibbles, thank you for talking with me. I'm sure I'll be checking in with you again as the evening goes along. Joining me once again is Jennifer Lawless from American University. Let's talk about what's going on in Michigan and really, frankly, what we're seeing around the country tonight.
Yes, every battleground state right now is too close to call, which suggests that the final messages from both campaigns really were resonating in these states, and nobody seems to have an edge. So this is not a good night for the Clinton campaign, they were hoping that they would have at least been able to win by now in Virginia or possibly North Carolina or Florida. And the fact that Michigan is open too is certainly bad news.
You know, it's interesting because a lot of the early polls, when I was doing all my prep work, you see all my note cards here, a lot of the early polls showed Clinton with the lead in Michigan. So let's talk very quickly about Trump's message to the voters there and why you think it's resonating.
Well, it's important to keep in mind, too, that Michigan was a problem for Clinton in the primaries. She was ahead in the polls, and Sanders was able to pull that off. Trump's message at the end of the day, as we know, is that he's going to make America great again. And whether that means by bringing better jobs or creating better trade deals, that kind of abstract message seems to have resonated. The voters didn't push him on the details, and he hasn't offered them.
You think Hillary Clinton's campaign...
All right, I'm back, guys. We'll leave it as is for now. Metro is now 122 to 147. Hillary is gaining on us. Well, it's a little closer. That's granted. Obviously, again, they did have to account for the other heavily Democratic states, but you know, it's still good that he's winning in terms of the Electoral College. Now, I forgot a lot about civics last year. Unfortunately, I didn't really retain a lot of it, so I forgot some of it. But let's say he loses the Electoral College but wins the popular vote. Who decides? I'm honestly not. I'm not sure. I feel ashamed for not knowing this, but I actually like forgot. And let's say he loses the popular vote but wins the Electoral College. At this rate, he might actually win the Electoral College. Or is the Electoral College based off the popular vote? I'm a little confused when it comes to that, and I always have been. I don't know why. Never really cleared it up a little bit, but yeah. To be honest, like, I think he's gonna win. I really do. A lot of people put their careers and their reputations on the line to say that he's going to win. I really think so. Honestly. All right, let's take a listen, guys. Take a listen.
Quarters in New York, and this, folks, is a razor-thin race for president. Many states too close to call. The polls have just closed in 4 more states. Let's take you through what we have as you look first at the national vote total. Looking first at the state of Iowa, it is too close to call. Nevada, too close to call. Utah, too early. Keep in mind that's a 3-way race with McMullen in the race there in Utah.
McMullen.
Montana, NBC News projects that Donald Trump will win in Montana. And we can perhaps take a look now where we stand in that race to 270. And here's where it stacks up right now. Based on the projections we've made so far, Trump with 140, Clinton
my God.
with 104. We're also
Oh my God.
many states.
140 to 104. Those are some great numbers right there. Gotta tell you, those are some great numbers right there. Those are, I think, the best he's had. And then also in terms of the popular vote, I believe it's the same thing at 47 to 48% or something like that. I believe it's pretty much the same. I think in terms of the popular vote, I think it's the same thing. But yeah, I mean 140 to 104. That's insane. Those are some great numbers right there. I have to say that is very, very shocking. Well, I was certainly not expecting that. I thought she was gonna catch up a little bit more, but it appears not. So, you know, that's definitely something interesting. Oh, in terms of the popular vote, I'm trying to grab the popular vote. I guess I'll resume here. If they're on Kansas now, I'll resume here.
It's kind of an area that you really need to watch in Pennsylvania. And it's interesting, we're in a bar, obviously. We got a lot of Trump fans here.
Oh, they're actually on Pennsylvania.
Tell me again, you were telling me that you didn't even want to put a sign out in front of your house because you're a business owner. But now, how are you feeling right now?
I'm so excited. I am just beyond excited because now you can outwardly say, this is the guy I wanted, this is the guy who spoke his mind, this is the guy that's going to fight for us.
Why did you vote for him? Why? You've been working for him as a volunteer. Why?
Yeah, because he's going to take our country back.
Jesus Christ, she has like four teeth. Oh my God. But yeah, no, that's a classic example of this. Again, the silent majority. I've been saying it the whole time here. Really have.
That other people don't say out loud.
No, they don't. And people say, well, he said this about women. He said that. You know, I mean, what is he said that I don't hear other women saying about men?
Well, I mean, she has a point. Fair point. Pennsylvania, Clinton is winning by 13%, which is to be expected. I believe Pennsylvania is majority Democrat most of the time. But hey, I mean, you know, again, you know, the momentum is still going. And in terms of the Electoral College, I mean, it looks like he's got it sealed, the Electoral College. And a lot of people that bet a lot on Clinton right now, oh, Trump has no chance. You know, Trump president, oh, ridiculous. You know, the Huffington Post, back when he started running a long time ago. Oh crap, it is very close in Florida. Jeez, we'll cover that in a minute. But yeah, the Huffington Post, when he started running, they're gonna put Trump in the entertainment column of their website because he wasn't a real candidate and he only was just an entertainer, was a publicity stunt. And sure enough, a couple months later, he was on the front page because he actually was doing well and actually had a chance. And I think he's gonna win. Honestly, I really do. But if any of you guys would like to call in, the Skype, it will be on the screen. I'm putting it up there right now. Definitely go call in. My Skype is the Retro Ramble. Send me a contact request, and I will put you on air. Just don't curse and don't try to sabotage it. But yeah, man, I mean, it's looking good. You know, the Electoral College, he's crushing it. At least if he's able to maintain this, and she doesn't have too many majority Democrat states that she's able to just crush him with, I think he's gonna win the Electoral College. But again, as I said earlier, I don't know how that really benefits each of them. Because let's say someone wins. I believe this happened in Bush v. Gore. I think Bush won the popular vote, but Al Gore won the Electoral College. I'm not sure how that all actually works, but hey, you know, he's doing well in both. He's leading in both. Now, I think it would be intelligent if we went and we took a look at which states were not accounted for. I think that's pretty interesting if we take a look at that. So I believe it's most of the Midwest and the far west, I think. But that's really where I think a lot of them haven't really been accounted for. Most of the Midwest area and a little farther west. Now, if we're to take a look at these states again, I'll probably pause the live stream. I have it muted now, but I'm probably gonna pause it. Trump's winning North Carolina. That's pretty good. Probably gonna pause it once we get to the point where I can see the states. But I believe he's gonna get a lot of that Midwest, and I think that'll be good for him. Honestly, I really would. And I think you could kind of seal some consistency across the entire country. I really do. Really, really do. So I'm gonna wait and see until it pans over to that shot. But I mean, that's critical. If he's able to really pull out these Midwest states, I think he's gonna do well. I gotta say. Don't worry, bro. No one else is here. I will be. Thank you, bro. Thank you for tuning back in. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. But you know, I really hope he wins. Honestly, I really do. You know, it's definitely been contentious this entire year, and you know, even for Hillary fans or whoever you support, you know, it's been a long fight for both sides. Honestly, it has, and it's time that it ends, and time that America chooses, really. So it is most certainly good to see that it's finally all coming to a close, and you know, at school we could stop debating, you know, Trump and Hillary, you know, all the time, because I've fought, you know, for Trump for a while at school and stuff. But, you know, it's definitely going to be interesting. I think I'm going to play a little bit more of the stream. I believe they're covering it now again. All right, they're doing another update. Let's take a look here.
At Missouri will go to Donald Trump. Donald Trump will win. And let's look at where things stand right now. There's a Missouri call, and let me show the where we stand in the race to 270. There it is right now. Trump at 150. Clinton 109.
Jesus Christ.
To 270. Mike, I cut you off. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What's interesting about Florida is the pattern is
Jesus Christ.
I've
it is 150 to 109.
You get a more urban
oh my
Republican
God.
area like Jacksonville, Duval County. Trump's doing horribly. He's doing under Romney in the bigger Tampa counties. But you go north of Tampa to the exurbs, he's off the charts. He is breaking the meter like numbers we haven't seen before. And that's moving the whole state to a point where, well, I believe it'll tighten. There's more of her vote out than his. Yeah, I don't think she's going to be able to make it.
So far, he hasn't won anything that we didn't anticipate. But you, Chuck, you're punching the numbers in Florida. You think?
You see,
it just
You see, Hillary has, in terms of Florida, she has a lot of the populated areas in South Florida. She has earned a lot of those, and those are mainly Democratic. So, a lot of the northern areas, which aren't as densely populated, if you look at the map of Florida, he's crushed it. But if you look at population-wise, she has a lot of the southeast Florida, which is critical, and, it's always Democratic pretty much. So the fact that she actually has won those is definitely definitely something that was expected, but it could definitely harm him in the long run. But I think he's gonna pull out Florida. I honestly do. They're covering West Virginia, Wisconsin. I'll cover these now.
Those bottom 3 counties for her to close this gap. But I have to tell you, the gap grew again. She got it down to 101,000.
Exactly what I said.
And then it's back up to 130. So I don't see the path forward for her in Florida. So now, listen to this. Last time a Democrat won the White House without the state of Florida was Bill Clinton, 1992. So maybe she's got that karma going for her. I don't know. And the last time you lost Florida and Ohio and still won the White House was John Kennedy.
But her other paths carry her through some of these other states that are too close to call right now.
Yes, but we're looking at a situation here, I think, that it's Michigan. I really do. That at the end of the day, we're staring at Michigan. I go through this. Pennsylvania, she probably does eke it out. We'll see. She has to do that, but we're looking at
Michigan, which is good.
What's so fascinating is nobody was
by
talking
5%,
about
but still
Michigan
good.
until about 5 days ago.
Except Michael Moore, I'll give him that. He has been screaming about it.
Right.
To his credit.
Right, to his credit, it is his home state. We all like to talk about our home states. We look at Chuck with Florida, but I mean, Trump. They saw something going on in Michigan. They sent him there, and people were saying, what? And then the Clinton team added a stop.
Yeah, I mean, she's right. He actually seems to be winning Michigan. I think he will win Michigan, which is a pretty big state. And I think they're usually Democrats. I think so, Michigan. So the fact he's winning that's very impressive. 99% of Florida has been tallied. Damn, that's good. That's good, man. That's really good. So I'm going to wrap up the stream soon, guys. Probably in the next 10 minutes or so. Just because I don't know how long I can do this for. I think an hour of monotonous political talk is enough, I think. But, it's for sure interesting. Interesting to say the least. If anyone would like to call in on Skype, you guys can see it on screen. But yeah, if 99% of Florida has been tallied like he said, then Trump's pretty much sealed Florida. Pretty much has, which, being my home state, that's great to see. That's great to see. And, there were so many people who were almost certain Trump would have no shot, and it's nice to see that he actually does. I would say the same thing if it was for Hillary. If it was for Hillary too, if people said that, I would say still that's pretty admirable, But the fact that he worked his way up and he actually does have a shot in Florida and he's pretty much won Florida is great to see. It's great to see. So yeah, I'm definitely very satisfied with that result currently. But yeah, I guess we go back there a little bit. They'll probably refresh the national poll and stuff in a few more minutes, so we'll have to go and take a look at that. Oh, this is all Senate garbage at the bottom for all these different states. For Florida, for those who know or care, although most probably don't know because it's Florida Senate, but Florida, it's Marco Rubio versus Patrick. What's his name? Patrick, I forget his name, but yeah, Rubio won Florida, which honestly I don't really like either of them. I think they're both pretty lazy and both pretty crooked, to be honest. But it's Patrick Murphy versus Marco Rubio, 52-54 it appears, or 52-44, sorry, in Rubio's favor. And he's the incumbent anyway. He was there before, and again they're tough to beat usually because people recognize their name, obviously. And usually when people see an incumbent, they see someone who's been in the spot. They think, am I happy with my life now? They don't really analyze things politically. A lot of people might think, am I happy with my life now? Yeah, life's going pretty good. Okay, I'll vote for them. That kind of thing. Today I remember reading some crap BuzzFeed articles saying Trump would lose 326 to 108 or something. Yeah, typical BuzzFeed. Patrick Murphy, yeah. Honestly, there's really not much of a shot for him at this point, but I don't really like either of them. So, although I do identify Republican, I can't say I was proud to have Marco Rubio running. I just honestly didn't really care too much. What matters is president. That's what matters. House of the Congress is, I believe, still majority Republican still. So, overall, at least for a Republican, that's good. For someone like me who's sort of alt-right, that's pretty good for me. But, if you're a Democrat, obviously you want the House to be Democrat. But it really not that big of a deal. Honestly, it really isn't. But if we get Trump in, we get a good, we get all these good positions. We get good Supreme Court justices, because usually people that follow the Constitution usually lean much more right. I mean, the Constitutional Party is much more on the right. And when you think about it, too, the left is usually, quote-unquote progressive and tries to deviate from the Constitution at times, which is fine if that's what, you're into. But in terms of justices that are supposed to follow it, I think Trump would appoint some pretty good justices and also some good people in good positions to, like Attorney General, all that good stuff. And I believe once Obama's term is over, I believe all of their terms are over as well. So, yeah, again, drain the swamp. That's his whole little saying. But, it might go pretty good. Honestly. I'll probably refresh it one more time, then that'll probably be it for the stream today. I'll probably do around 5 more minutes, just make it, a solid hour. But yeah, it should be pretty good.
Like yourself, that don't feel they have a place.
I think the majority feel that way.
This is Glenn Beck. Oh my God.
For either one of these, they're not happy with it. And so I think on both sides, the parties have to realize now, boy, we need to start reflecting the people and listening to the people, because the people are entering a time, as we're seeing tonight, beyond reason. They're not listening. When you get into so much fear or so much anger, the mind's mechanism is just to shut down reason. And they're not listening to reason. And we have got to find our way to each other. My goal in the next
year heck is he talking about?
Meet with the people I think I disagree with the most, and not try to talk them into anything, not try to have an argument with them. Yep. I just want to listen. I want to be able to say, is this what you believe and why you believe it? And when they say yes, then we could even begin to have a conversation. But at least for me, that's a year away before I could have a conversation. We have to start listening to people.
Glenn
if
Beck.
we don't, we're in trouble.
Glenn Beck, good to have you on. Thanks so much for spending some time with us from Dallas there. We continue to monitor the close races still up for grabs. We're waiting more poll closings. Stay with us. Things remain razor.
All right, okay, here we go. So these are the battleground states it's showing here. So we have Michigan, obviously. We have Ohio, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, New Hampshire, Georgia, Florida, Colorado, Arizona, and Nevada. So when evaluating all these, New Hampshire, I believe Hillary won slightly, which I find strange. I know they're usually slightly Republican. North Carolina, I think Trump won. Georgia, Trump won in a landslide, I think. And Florida, it's very, very close. I think Trump won this one as well. So again, so far it's 3-1. Pennsylvania, I think Hillary won that one. Ohio, Hillary won that one. It's 3-3. Michigan, remember, I don't know if you guys remember earlier, but they were saying that Michigan is something that Trump may actually be able to take advantage of, and I think Trump might actually take Michigan. So it's 4-3. Colorado, I think that was Hillary. I'm not sure. Maybe it was. You want actually? It could have been Trump. Actually, I'm not sure. They have Nevada and Arizona, which I don't think has really been tallied or focused on yet. But it's definitely a heated race for sure. It's doing flashbacks now to all the other candidates. Let's see this. This is Obama.
Candidate, an astonishing campaign, a seismic shift.
This is Obama here in 2008.
Hang on, Chuck.
Here we go.
We got
Obama versus Romney.
calls.
Yes, we do.
Let's see here. Roll them. Ohio. President Barack Obama remains President of the United States for a second term.
Okay, I think they're going over the deciding states, I think. Barack Obama, 44th president. That was back. Like, those are little, flashbacks and all that stuff. Back during those. But yeah, the Electoral College is still 109 to 150. Dude, that's a great score. Wisconsin, Trump barely pulled out. So far, at least, I think. Again, I don't think the full feed is in yet. But, so far, let's see what we got here.
And we are waiting for a lot of states too close to call. It's a nail-biter of a night. The race to 270, you saw the numbers there. I want to show you a tweet that Hillary Clinton put out a little bit after 5 o'clock this afternoon. It says, I'm going to try and read it from here. This team has so much to be proud of. Whatever happens tonight, thank you for everything. That, by the way, was before any of the polls closed, but that again from Hillary Clinton. We're also watching the Dow futures right now, reacting to this.
This is Hillary trying to make one last appeal.
625 points right now as investors continue
Nebraska,
to watch
he
what's
won. That's
happening
no
here.
shocker, pretty
This
much.
Race a lot closer at this point in the night than many people had anticipated, and it's going to keep us up.
That's for sure. It is for sure close. He's crushing in the Electoral College, 150 to 109, as I've said. That's looking pretty good. And again, there are a lot of states which haven't been factored, but not that many. I mean, again, if I was definitely rooting for Hillary at this point, I would be concerned looking at the Electoral College numbers and stuff. But I think that's going to wrap everything up, guys. I'm going to put on a song again to close everything out. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I sincerely do appreciate it. Around an hour, I think, for the final thing. So this is I guess to kind of close things out here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Really do appreciate it. We didn't get that many calls this time, but sometimes we do. She's just saying thanks for voting, basically. I mean, yeah, but just look, acknowledging something genuine is difficult to have. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Sincerely do appreciate it. I'll be back next Monday with another episode, of course. I want to do a bonus one today, obviously, because it's the election on Tuesday and stuff. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I do appreciate it. And yeah, adios.
Every reason for this torture